Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive in this business while other people seem to fumble, fizzle, and flame out? Well, let me hit you with a little inside secret. It's because the ones that are successful, the ones that stay at the top of the game, they aren't just business owners or chefs. They're actually bona fide restaurant people. When you're a restaurant person, you love it, you live it, they breathe it. It's not just a job for them, it's actually a way of life. And if you want to truly succeed, you got to do more than just open a restaurant. You have to become a restaurant person. Stick around because today we're going to dig into what that actually means and how you can transform yourself into one. Hey, Donald Burns, the restaurant coach, author of the Your Restaurant Sucks trilogy, and the creator of the Restaurant Coach Method. Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. The restaurant industry is a cruel, cruel mistress. She'll take your youth, she'll take your energy, she'll take your money, she'll take your time, she'll take your love, and if you're not careful, she'll take your life. She demands that you give it all to her, and if you do, she can tell you that's not enough, and she will kick your ass, and then she'll throw you out to the curb if you're not careful. Now, if you're still in this game, hey, congratulations, because you're either two things. You're either too stubborn or you're too stupid to walk away. I like to think of myself as kind of a little bit of both. Now, restaurants are a lot like people. They have personalities. Some are kind of like that beautiful person who just you've seen them. They have it all. They're very popular. They have a lot of guests and they make a lot of money. And then there are those restaurants, they're more like that person who is maybe a little bit broken. They don't have it all together. They're the ones that are really just a little rough around the edges. And when you either first buy a restaurant, open a restaurant, it seems like the deal of a lifetime. You're excited about the opportunity and you are ready, really ready to make it your own. You have these grandiose visions of all the ways that you're gonna change it. You're gonna be different than other places down the street. You're gonna take that restaurant from average to outstanding. And then about 6 months later, you kind of realize that your restaurant was never really your dream. It was just kind of a way to escape your current situation. You're still kind of stuck in that rut and you're trying to escape. Now, if you want to stay in the restaurant business, then here's the thing. You need to love it. You need to become addicted to it. You need to become obsessed with it. Hashtag write this down. Obsession beats talent every single time. You need to be that person who sits in the corner of the bar at the restaurants, and all you do is just talk about restaurants all the time. Been there, done that, still do that. See, you need to be a restaurant person. So what are the characteristics of a restaurant person? Well, number one, they are obsessed with the details. See, the restaurant business is really a game of inches, and the difference between being outstanding and being average is the attention to detail. The restaurant person is obsessed with making sure all the little things are done right. They're the ones who are going to go out into the floor. They're going to make sure that the napkins are folded into the little shape of hearts. They're going to make sure that silverware is so polished that you can see a reflection in it. They're going to make sure that the salt and pepper shakers are perfectly aligned in the center of the table. The restaurant person will go that extra mile to make sure everything is perfect. They will spend the time and the energy to make sure the service and the food are outstanding. They're the ones who are going to stay on top of trends and also stay up with technology. Number two, they never stop learning. The restaurant person is always on the lookout for new ways to do things. They are hungry for new information, new technology, and for new ways to make their business better and stronger. They are always searching the internet. They're always reading books, listening to podcasts, watching videos, attending seminars, and usually they have at least a coach or many coaches. The restaurant person understands that they are always learning. They have this 1% improvement mindset. It's a constant search for ways to make their restaurant better. It's a never-ending quest to improve. They never stop asking themselves, how can I make this better? Number three, they're driven by purpose. The restaurant person is really driven by a higher purpose. They are not motivated by money or fame, but those things do come when you're driven. I always like to say those things are a byproduct of doing what you love. The restaurant person is driven by making a positive difference in the lives of others. They are driven to create an experience that's going to leave a lasting positive memory. They really want everyone who walks through the doors of their restaurant to feel like they are the most important person in the world. The restaurant person works hard to really earn the trust of their team and their guests. They're not afraid to share the spotlight, and they give their team the opportunity and the ability to shine. They know that if they treat their team well, their team will treat their guests well. Number 4, they are team players. The restaurant person understands that it takes a team to create an outstanding restaurant. They respect the people that they work with, and also they treat them all with the utmost respect. They are open to suggestions from their team, and here's the thing, they are willing to give their team the tools and the training they need to be successful. The restaurant person is not just concerned about their own job. They are concerned about everyone on their team. The restaurant person is not afraid to ask for help when they need it. They know that they can't do it all themselves. They also understand that they are just one piece of the puzzle. The restaurant person is not afraid to admit when they're wrong. They also are very humble enough to know that they just don't know it all. They are constantly learning and growing. Number 5, they are never satisfied. The restaurant person is not a happy camper when things are just going well. They are always striving to make things better. They're kind of like the Energizer Bunny. They just keep going and going and going and going. They have this internal fire and passion that burns deep inside them. And it's that fire that keeps them going, even in the down times. It's that fire that keeps them constantly searching for ways to make their restaurant better, to make themselves better, to make their team better. Here's the thing about restaurant people, they cannot stand complacency. They live for a challenge. They are addicted to the rush of making the restaurant better every single day. So, how do you become a restaurant person? I'm glad you asked. You start by loving the business. Now, if you truly love it, you will make it your passion. And when you make it your passion, you will not stop until you made it outstanding. Now, if you're really serious about making 18% profit or higher while working less than 30 hours a week in your restaurant, then you and I should have a conversation. And let's talk about how the restaurant coach method can really help you get those goals in place. The restaurant coach method is my signature system that over 2,600 independent restaurants have implemented to break free from the shackles of being chained from their restaurant. Isn't it time that your restaurant started to work for you? Head over to therestaurantcoach.com and check out the resources I have there and the opportunity to speak to me to see if coaching is right for you and your restaurant. Oh, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button before you go. In my next video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that your staff wishes you would stop doing.